You're watching Backstage with Dune. Travel behind the scenes of Denis Villeneuve's science fiction epic as Timothée Chalamet, Dave Bautista, Stellen Skarsgård, Sharon Duncan-Brewster, Rebecca Ferguson, and the critically acclaimed director himself share their experiences in filming what critics are calling a masterpiece and one of the best sci-fi movies of all time. If you love movies as much as we do, please click that subscribe button and ring the bell as we bring you more backstage interviews with the biggest names in the world of entertainment every week. Now, for what we've all been waiting for, this is Backstage with Dune.
Denis, great to see you again. We met at Blade Runner.
Yes. Nice to see you again, Dave.
And Timothée, my dude. Great to see you again, my brother.
Nice to see you. We usually hang out in Toronto. I don't know what's going on this time.
Dude, thanks for remembering. Normally we are in Toronto, although last time we were at a little Boston house and it was snowing outside.
That was the Louisa May Alcott house.
It certainly was.
Yeah.
Great to see you both. What an incredible film. Denis, I'm going to start with you. How much of a dream project was this for you, was Dune? Is it something you've always wanted to do? Now that it's here, tell me where it ranks on that.
I will say it's probably my one, if not the biggest dream, and because it's one of the oldest. Started to dream about doing this when I was 13 or 14 years old. So I was talking about between 35 years of dreams. You know, it's a long one. It's with deep roots, and that is why it was for me. One of the things that was the most challenging thing was to try to honor that dream, you know, to try to reconnect myself with that teenager who read the book few decades ago, and to try to bring back those images that I had in my mind when I read the book. And that was not an easy process, because when I was a kid, I was a big dreamer. I dreamed big. So that's why
I think we all are, and we still are to a certain extent. Timothée, I am convinced there is you can do anything, my man. You are so talented, and this is no exception. And your directors, how about that? Did he?
Mitch, this is the challenge of a lifetime to have Denis being so kind here, because this is a total master of cinema. So anyway. So
no, but seriously,
yeah,
but I want to sing your praises, because this was not an easy role. And my question for you is, how challenging was it for you as an actor? I'm talking the action, the intensity, the outdoors. I know you shot in Jordan. You totally immersed. Everybody did. Denis, you did as well as director. But how much of a challenge was this for you, Timothée?
Well, I like that you started with Denis. I mean, one of my favorite still images from the shoot is one where Paul Atreides starts to have without giving anything away, sort of spice vision at the foot of a spice harvester, and we were losing light, and Denis needed me to be kneeling in a very specific way, and didn't have the time to sort of get there slowly, so he just dove into the sand himself, showed me how to do it. And there's this great image now where he's looking at the monitor behind the camera, sitting the exact same way I'm sitting as Paul Atreides in front of the spice harvester. So to answer all those questions about the intensity, about the outdoors environment, about stepping into a role on a set of this size for the first time, getting to work with the Javier Bardems and the Rebecca Fergusons and the Oscar Isaacs and the Zendayas of the world, it all was, the confidence to be able to do it came, let's say 1% from me, 99% from Denis, and just feeling his belief and really without being sacrilegious or dramatic or whatever, the roadmaps of young people that take on movies of this size and then lose their minds in some way are out there. And I don't think I'm losing my mind. And I had the experience of being, I don't want to say on an indie film, because obviously the crews were enormous, but certainly of Denis' passion for the material and the lack thereof, someone, at least in my estimation, above him that was trying to push him in any way, whether that's a producer or some corporate interest. This was his vision, as you guys were just discussing. This was something he was passionate about since he was a kid. And that sort of passion also, as I become a young man, I get out of my, my last gasps of pure youth, that that's really nice when you feel that passion, almost childlike passion coming from the director. Every kind of people, and when the director, the master, the chief of the ship, is obviously leading it, but isn't obnoxious with status and is actually in a thing of community, then it was we were like an indie circus also when you imagine Jason Momoa coming in and flying out of nowhere, or, you know, we looked at it too. We all looked the part too. So it was a great joy. The whole thing was a great joy.
Stellan, last time we talked, we were talking Mamma Mia in London. So great to see you again.
Yeah. Nice to see you too.
Dave, my brother, my dude. How are you, man? It's so
good, man. Look at you all skinny. You lost a whole
you know
person.
what's funny? Let me tell you a funny story. I know we got to move on, but Marlon Wayans the other day, because I have lost weight. Thank you. And I've been exercising a little more, drinking a ton of water and doing the right. You inspired me, Dave. But Marlon Wayans the other day, he tells me, quit trying to cut. Are you coming after my Hollywood roles? And I'm like, no, dude, no, I'm not. But thank you, Dave. I appreciate that. Yeah. Hey, Stellan, I got to ask right off the top, how long did it take for you to transform into this character? How long were you in the makeup chair? I honestly almost didn't even recognize you, my man.
Yeah, well, it took, I spent 8 hours in the chair every day, and then 2 hours to get rid of it. But I mean, it's you have to have a strong psyche and be able to concentrate on not thinking about how many hours are left to sit here. But you get through it. And it was hard it was 5 people working on me for 8 hours, and it was hard on them too. So.
Well, okay, but my point also is how much you all immersed yourselves in these roles. Now, I just talked to Denis, and I was singing your praises to him, and I told him this is just intense and just amazing. So, Dave, my question to you is, you know, how challenging of a role was this? There's action, the intensity. You all shot in Jordan. It seems like there was a lot of dust. Tell me everything. What was the challenges like for you?
Well, and I have to be honest with you. I didn't shoot in Jordan. I shot in my part in Budapest, and Budapest is a lovely city. So I didn't have the challenges that a lot of the cast members had, especially Stellan. I love, and I won't take up my part of this interview with saying how much Stellan is really blowing off how hard this makeup process was. But just more credit to him, because I know it was grueling on him. But for myself, I don't want to make it seem like this was, grueling. It was hard. It was always a performance challenge for me. It's a challenge for me to step on stage with some of the greatest actors in the world, like Stellan. It's a challenge for me to work with a director like Denis. So someone I know I have to put my complete faith in and just let him mold me into who he wants me to be. So those are my challenges, but those are like really wanted, accepted challenges. But physically, you know me, I'm a badass dude. I can do this.
Yeah, and I want to point out from the top of the interview, I'm not coming after your roles either. I may be exercising, but nowhere near the level of Dave Bautista. Stellan, how was this role pitched to you and this story described to you when you came on board?
Well, they sent me the script, and I saw, but they said the important thing they said was that Denis Villeneuve is going to direct it, and I always wanted to work with him. I think he's one of the best directors in the world. He's a fantastic director. So I wanted to work with him, and then I saw that it's a small role. It's got a couple of scenes here, and then I realized that he's going to be really fat. And then I said, "Oh, thank God, there's just a few scenes." So I was very happy about that. But it was all about sort of finding a physical presence that would do the job, and then try to be alive inside that physical presence. And that was the hard work. But coming to that set, when Denis set, it's the most pleasant set you can be on. It's generous. It's low key. It's nobody's shouting, nobody's stressed, and everybody talks nicely to each other and laughs and have fun. And it's going back to where you started as an actor. What is acting about? It's like playing. It's playing. You have fun. You play together, and that's what it was. And I really enjoyed it. Truly, it's worth every minute in that chair.
Woo!
Hello, Sharon.
Hello, you are in the house. I'm loving your energy, man. Nice to meet you.
Oh, Thank you so much. And let me just tell you, funny, those are all my questions for you today is about your energy, actually, and this amazing film. And so I'm going to start with the question, how was this role and how was this story described to you when you signed on to Dune?
Wow. I was told that Dr. Kynes was somebody who was integral to keeping the peace amongst two battling houses, and that Dr. Kynes was a planetologist, an ecologist of sorts. And then for me, with relation to the story, I didn't really know very much about it at all before auditioning. And slowly, as the process went on, I started to unravel all of this information. As you know, there's so much of it. I was just overwhelmed to begin with, because where do you start? But then at the same time, once you allow yourself to enter into that world in an invested way, it's extraordinary. It's just, I love it. It's there's so much more, and every time you look into it, there's a detail that you didn't realize was there, and that you start to connect all the dots and the different relationships, the different locations, and who 500 years before or to come will become the son or the daughter of how this man, his mind, how he got it out, and what his mind must have been like to just have all of this world living within his brain. I have no idea how he even slept at night, let alone managed to get it all out on the paper. It's extraordinary. And the wonderful thing now is that Denis himself has taken all of that and placed it nicely on the screen, and it's beautiful. So I'm very excited for people to see it.
And I just talked to him, and he is singing everybody's praises, including yours. This is really how amazing this is a huge film. So I want to ask you this question. And you're the only one that I'm going to ask this, because I just have this energy with you right now.
Okay, all right.
You're going to be honest with me and tell me,
I'll try my
what
best.
was it like? This is it. This is a great one. This is only for you. When you showed up the first day and you're in costume and you're looking around how massive everything probably looked, because it looks huge on the screen. I'm getting chills asking you this. What did you feel? Seriously, what did you feel when you were looking around and like, wow, this is Dune. This is happening. Tell me what you're feeling.
Can I swear? Am I allowed to swear?
Go ahead. I don't care.
I think the thought process was, holy fuck. I literally just looked around and went, my gosh, this is huge. It was so immense. Everything, you sort of see those cliches films where you see people I'm in a movie now, and you see all these people rolling cables and bringing all sorts of props and things all over the place, and vans driving and people on sand dunes, 200 as far as your eye can see. It was all going on. It was all there. And I just went, damn, this is big. I think I had denied it for so long, because you just kind of try to stay focused, you try to just stay a little bit blinkered for a while, because you're working with so many great people. And for that first day of filming, I just went, okay, girl, keep it together. This is big. It's going to be big, but you just got to do what you got to do. So, to her now, I say thank you, because I think I probably would have lost the plot a little bit, but it was overwhelming and intense, but for all the right reasons, because it's a coloss. It's just huge. It's a mighty beast that fortunately Denis, he's nailed it. He really has. So you can't lose.
Sharon, I love you. I want to go hang out with you like all day now.
Oh, Bob, thanks for the love.
You're amazing, and you are just so good, and I can't wait to see what's coming, in further parts of this movie. But listen, it's going to happen, and you're great. What's up? Great to see you again.
How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. We met at The Greatest Showman, and I'm so excited to talk with you.
Me too.
I actually read in an interview that you did that you've actually read the book, the entire book of Dune. Is that true?
No, that's not true. That is a complete lie. But good to know. No, I actually, when I met up with Denis, when I was offered the role, I obviously go to the source of the material. That is my job. But it's quite dense and intense. So I read half of it. And then I was more interested in Denis' perception of it and Denis' idea. So it was a combination of it. I did not straight go to the book and just read it side to side. I read a bit and put it down and picked it up. And, I have 2 kids. I'm working. It's dense.
I get it. No, because it's massive. Like when I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, that thing is incredible. How much of a different acting experience was this for you? Because it's intense. There's a ton of action. I understand you all filmed in Jordan. So I saw like a lot of dust on the scenes that I saw. How different was it for you?
Every film I do is different to the other one because I need it to be. And if it is not, then I'm doing a bad job for my character. I don't compare directors because thankfully they all have such a different technique. But there's something about this film that warms me beyond anything. It could be the frequency with which we all decided to lie on that just worked amongst us all. It's the characters. It's how much we all loved this film and how much we wanted it to come to life for Denis. Denis sets the bar. He sets the bar when it comes to humblicity. Is that even a word? It is now. You're welcome. Being humble, being kind, being creative, bringing your job to the set, doing your job. There's so much. He's such a maestro, and he would hate me to say that because him being so humble.
Well, I literally just talked to him a couple of minutes ago, and he's singing everybody's praises, including yourself. Listen, I appreciate your time today. You did an amazing job, and I know everybody immersed themselves into these roles and this particular film, and it definitely shows. So, again, thanks for your time. It really good
Thank you so much.
Listen, guys, congratulations. Again, great film. Thank you for your time. Next time, Timothy, we're in Toronto. We'll do this in person.
Hell yeah, next year.
For you guys. Seriously, stay safe. So
nice
much.
to see you.
Stay safe.
We need to get some Dune memorabilia behind you, if that's cool.
Bro, I would love that. And also 4,000 miles. I know we talked about that last time.
Yeah.
I'm bummed that we didn't get to see you. I told you I was going to see you at the stage.
Sometime soon, I hope that's still happening.
We'll get it. Thanks, guys. Really,
Nice
again,
to see you.
appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Stellan, please take care. Be safe. Dave Bautista, my man. You look great as always, my brother. And so good to see you both. Seriously. Thank you all for your time today.
All right, brother.
Thank you. Take care, my friend.